Hey, how are all of my pedal patrons doing? I wanted to come on and I wanted to do sort of a special back to the old school tarology for this upcoming new moon in Cancer that we're getting ready to experience on Friday. Now, obviously, I'm recording this on the 3rd, and we have the 4th of July tomorrow, but I wanted to give people a heads up on sort of the things that are coming up for each of the different 12 zodiacs that are going to be out there. So we're going to do our old-fashioned tarology, but I am going to share a little bit of my screen so that I hopefully can help you follow the bouncing ball in whatever it is that you are trying to bring into your field of awareness, into your reality, broken down by the astrological signs, focusing always on your rising sign. But of course, then you're going to follow it with your moon and then your sun. All three of them together tell the more appropriate story when you're doing a general analysis like this. But otherwise, you would definitely want to have a personal one-to-one astrology reading so that your particular chart is a complete alignment with the astrological changes and you know always what it is that you're looking for. But this will be very supportive for most of you that may not know the intricacies of your chart. And of course, tarot is astrology, astrology is tarot. So we bring the two of them together in combination with the oracles. Okay, so for for this period coming up on the 5th, it is kind of it's kind of a big deal. Of course, everything astrological is always a big deal because it's the universe's way of sharing with you in increments sort of what's getting ready to take place. And this new moon that's taking place in Cancer is in its home sign in a sense. So what that means is that it is extra amplified, and there's going to be some extreme positive beneficial energies that come forward. If you happen to be an Aries, if you happen to be a Taurus, obviously Cancers, anything in Libreville, and Pisces for sure, if I didn't already say that. You four are going to be the most expanded as a potential. You'll have the first rights of refusal to pull these energies down and start to use them, but it doesn't leave other people out. So I'm going to break down each of the houses. I'm going to get into a little bit of the tarology for every single one of us. Let me go ahead and bring up the map so we can discuss it quickly, and then we'll go into some of the cards. Okay, so this is the chart for the new moon on Cancer. There's literally only 3 transits that day. We have one at midnight, or excuse me, we have one at 12:02 p.m. 3:57 p.m. is the official new moon, and then 11:33 p.m. So we have basically a long energy, and this is also a very strong cazimi. We've talked about the cazimi before. It just gives the sun additional power to do what the sun is going to be able to do. Of course, you know, the energy of Cancer is all about support in the home space, the homestead. It is the natural 4th house, and that natural 4th house element is all about nurturing and supporting the things that are going on within nurturing. So you can see here that we have a stellium, and a stellium, of course, is where one sign has 3 or more planets. We will have the moon, we will have the sun, and we have Mama Venus all hanging out in this new moon in Cancer. And so you pay attention to those signs and the transits or the lines, the communications that are being taken with each of the different planets that are around. So when we get into this moon energy of Cancer, and we'll be experiencing that before we get into the energy of the 4th of July actually has the sun entering into Cancer. When the two of them line up a little bit, we're going from the energy of nurturing things, gatherings, and obviously celebrations is something that takes place within that energy. We're talking about relations, obviously family, whether they're close family or even your distant ones. We're talking about just sharing and communicating within the aspects of what's going on within family. So when the moon and the sun are both highlighting in that, it's going to emphasize a lot of things in family values, whatever your family happens to be, whatever that happens to look like. All families are made up of different types of situations and scenarios. But what's going to take place when we get with that sun specifically, it's going to have everything to do with resources and being resourceful with different types of energy. So that could be based on anything from previous experience to inheritance to contact, all different types of things that show up. So what I would say is with the sun and the moon, not only are we looking at friendship and nurturing in those different types of things, we're actually also looking at fortune. Now, the other energy that I want you to pay attention to in these specifically is the fact that we do have in Cancer, Mama Venus. Well, Mama Venus is responsible for baby boy Taurus, which is the natural ruler of the second house, but she's also responsible for Libra. So we will have some extended energy that comes forward for our Libras in how they are feeling about themselves. And then our Tauruses, very specifically about their partners and things of that nature, as we're focusing in on the energy of the eighth house. So that again is one of the fortune energies, the eighth house location that we're looking at. Okay. Now, when we're looking at all of the different transits that are taking place, you always go to the opposing side just to see if there's any other conversation. And of course, Cancer is always opposing what's going on here in Capricorn. Doesn't specifically have any planets that are in it, but of course we know that Saturn is the ruler and Saturn is in its retrograde position. So what you do then is you also take a look at what's going on with that ruler. And then of course you have Mama Venus and Papa Saturn in 100% alignment. They are in agreement. Now, if you follow the triangles, the trine energies that we're looking at here on this day, we have a trine with Uranus and Taurus. We have a trine with the Libra rising position. We also have a trine with where things line up here within the Capricorn energy on back up. Now, Uranus and Taurus is all about shock and awe and change. And the ruler of Uranus is, the planetary child of Uranus is, of course, our Aquarius. And so we also have to take a look at this little area of time right here. So the planet of change and the planet of shock and awe are in 100% agreement on this day. What they're also in agreement about is what's going on here within the Jupiter and Gemini, which is going to change necessarily the fortunes of other people when it comes to luck, but also the plans that we all have for the future. The other thing that we're looking at on this particular day is the fact that there is a huge opposition, and it's not the main energy of the day, but this opposition that's developing between what's happening here with our Libra rising energy here, because that's the ascendant that is rising. The ascendant is rising up, coming across here with what's going on in the Neptune field, sort of where things need to station in reality between what's going on with dreams. But Libra is the responsible party of managing relationships, but also keeping things balanced. So when you take all of those things into consideration, you really do have a very big powerhouse sort of a situation that's coming up here on this new moon. So Cancers, we're looking at the energy very specifically of opportunities that can blossom within your workspace. Pretty much that's what it boils down to. And then how that softens up and how that supports what's going on within your home values if you're married. And if you're single, ready to mingle, then there's positive opportunities and change. So there's fortune on the wind for our Cancers that are here. If we go in the next order, Leo's the energy that we're looking at here, more so than anything else, is going to be your energy of social status and where things are going on as far as expansion. We're looking at the conversation that's going on with your humanitarian principles. And because we're looking at the natural 11th house, then we're jumping over here also taking a look at what's going on with Saturn in retrograde, because Saturn does also rule some of our Aquarius as well. When we get over here into the Virgo position, our Virgoville, Virgos are in the 12th house energy. And so that 12th house is the natural location for our spirituality, anything that's ethereal, spiritual. It's where we take a look at sympathies and sometimes where we are over sacrificing some things. And we are also taking a look at the energy of what that looks like for you in your little hermit zone to get a little bit more familiar with what's taking place in your resources for how you can sort of pull it all together. You're in a very beautiful position. Of course, we talked about the fact that Libra, which is governed by Venus, which is doing some beautiful positioning here with Papa Saturn, is in agreement for making sure that what is needing to be expanded for you is happening in a beautiful way. And Venus does have some other other trines that are going on here in the position as well, specifically with this Neptune energy. And then of course, the ascendant here within this Neptune energy alone is bringing you into the hilt of bringing things more positively towards yourself. First house energy, but also especially within your natural balance of what takes place in relationships. Scorpio, we move over here into the energy of the second house, which is finance, baby. It's finance, it's finance, and finance. And because your ruler, which is Pluto here, is in complete agreement with what's going on with the Virgo position and this trine with Jupiter and Uranus, you could be looking for some positive things to take place in your money sector. So this new moon wishes, things of that nature, these are the first locations within this general chart that you could be looking at. Of course, know your own birth chart so that you know exactly what other components are most important for you. Sagittarius, there's the house area of communication. And that communication naturally being governed by what's taking place with Mercury, but your ruling planet is Jupiter, and Jupiter is in alignment in a trine position, also with that rising. And so what you have to look at and look forward to yourself is also an opportunity for expansion. Be on your best communication behavior, because that's how you're more than likely going to be able to receive the expansion there. Capricornius, we are looking at the energy of the fourth house for you, which is going to have the complete alignment with what's going on with Cancer in the fourth house. So again, there are a lot of positive things that are showing up here from you, not only from Venus, but the sun and the moon, pouring that resourceful energy it is that you may need between work and home. Opportunities for expansion in those areas, new moon wishes in those locations are going to be able to assist you very much. Moving on down the line here to our Aquarius, sitting right here in the energy of the fifth house of joy and pleasure. The energy that's taking place for you is going to also have some expansion in your social circle, if you will allow it. If you're currently married, then this could also have some things to do with your spouse. If you have children, there could be some expansion going on here within the energy of what's taking place for your children as well. But this is the true romance energy, where the seventh house is really about the actual partnership between your others. But this is where you sort of get a little steamy under the collar energy here in the fifth house. So I would be taking a look at that with some strong communication that is coming in as a potential for you to increase that house. Let's go over to the sixth house, which is being activated here with our Pisces energy. Of course, we've got all the things going on in Pisces, Saturn in retrograde, Neptune in retrograde. And of course, our sixth house is the natural ruler of what Virgo wants to do, which is about our perfection of service, our health, and our communication to ourselves as well. So Pisces, there is this energy of you moving forward and taking things very seriously from the perspective of you actually trying to move forward. And it matches up beautifully with what's going on here with the Virgo natural ruler in that stead. So I would be looking at travel, planning things out, taking care of your health in a different sort of a way, and being comfortable with some of the different decisions that you are making on a more day-to-day basis is really what it boils down to. This is what I do now is what works for me going on here in the future. Seventh house energy for my Aries friends. Like I said before, you're going to be one of the better first rights of refusals when it comes to this. And it's very specifically because of this Chiron and Aries. Now, the Chiron and Aries, very specifically this KO that's right here, is directly having a square. So the red lines are these, we are going to have a come to Jesus moment regardless of what's taking place. But the Chiron and Aries that is squaring this Venus and Cancer directly really has more things to do with how you are caring for yourself. If you haven't been caring for yourself, then this energy Aries is going to want to force you to do that. Otherwise, the other components that are in here is this North Node that we talked a little bit about on the 3rd, which is also having a conversation with some of the highlights with the sun about where it is that we're going. So even though it looks like it could be off just a little bit, honestly, Aries, you're in a good position. And if you are having a struggle within a personal relationship, something's just going on, the universe is asking you to put a little bit of energy into what it is that you're doing within your relationship to ensure that you are being exactly what it is that you would like to meet. If you are single and ready to mingle, then the energy here is going to naturally default towards what is going on in relationships more towards work and how you are seen as a person that can be lovable. So that's what Aries can look forward to, but it's not negative. There's a lot of positives in there. My Taurus friends that are in here. So a lot of this conversation is going to have activation with whom it is that you are partnered up with. If you are married, that is going to be your spouse. If you are single, ready to mingle, this has one aspect to do with how you receive resources from outside you doing day-to-day work. So this could be insurance benefits. This could be all kinds of different things that are taking place here. And again, Taurus, we're looking at your natural ruler, which is Mama Venus, having a conversation with Saturn. So hopefully things have been on the good foot for you. But this expansive energy of what's taking place with Uranus needs to get you prepared that there will be some new shifts that are going to take place. You still have Mars sort of hanging out here, creating a little bit of a kerfluffle when it comes to how swiftly you're actually taking action, but there aren't any true harsh aspects on this particular day. So we can just sort of let that one roll on next to our Geminis, which is sitting here in the ninth house energy, ninth house, where it is that we look for our future with optimism, where it is that we're doing research for future things, how it is that we look to travel, how it is that we look to other sort of health matters, how it is that we also are putting things in from what it is that we're learning, whether it is traditional or even a little bit more spiritual. Change and transformation is happening for every single sign, every single person. And so this is the opportunity to start taking a look at some of these things from a manifestation perspective. Again, I've given you the general energy based upon the activations that are going to be taking place here. Please know your rising, your moon, and then your sun based upon those pieces of information, and you will be able to get a lot out of this. But what we're going to do is come back to me, and then we're going to go ahead and pull some cards and tie all of this back together. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and go in astrology order. So we're going to start off with their Aries. Of course, you already had the information that I shared with you from the chart perspective, but we're going to pull a couple of cards that can assist you with maybe something you don't know about, or what it is that you were working on releasing that's going to help support you in this new direction. Again, new moons are very powerful. This is going to be a very powerful moon for everyone. So jump on the bandwagon here, my friends, and let's start taking a look at what we can do. Now, Aries, effectively, you're going to want to be paying attention to that fast rulership that Mars has, your natural rulership, even though it's hanging out a little bit looking like in the Taurus bill, it is your ruler. And so there are some things that will create some steady Eddie values for you. Let's go ahead and take a look, starting off with your sacred geometry, about how it is that we can support you most with the different changes that are going on. This is for your physical well-being. Of course, here we go. We have the energy of the pineal gland. So we're talking about activations. I told you that. Your activations that are coming in are assisting you, and that Mars energy, your rulership, is actually going to be supporting. It does not have any negative aspects on this particular day. So look for the energy of swift activation within your pineal, your higher self, trying to communicate with you a little bit more about the things that are going to be most important to you. I'm going to pull out my traditional deck, and we're going to pull a couple of cards here just to see what our Aries sun, moon, and rising can be looking forward to and supporting themselves with activation. Ooh. The 1111 card, the Four of Wands card that comes out here. This is wishing, this is wanting, this is the aspect and energy of joy and celebration within the home. This is stability. And if you work from home, this is a little bit more knowledge space that could be coming into you within that physical home space. Of course, if you work outside of the home, it just means that there's some stability that's coming. So if you feel like you're struggling a little bit to understand what that stability for you could be, one of the things that you're working on is this energy of the Seven of Pentacles. Now, the Seven of Pentacles is asking you to reevaluate some things. There's only 10 possible there's only 10 possible pentacles, excuse me. So when you get the 7 of Pentacles, it's giving you the opportunity. It's like, okay, it's now or never to either, you know, dig this plant up and go repot it somewhere else, or go all up, all in with adding extra vitamins and things of that nature so the rest of the pentacles can grow. You are allowed to take your time, okay? But it's going to be one of those moments where you're going to have to sit there and make a decision coming up about something. And so that could be one of the reasons why your pineal could be going into its activation phase. And that's exactly why, because you are unsure as to whether or not you're making the right decision. The 6 of Wands in its upright position means that you are headed towards something that is victorious for you. When things show up in the sideways position, assuming that you're new to my channel, when things are in sideways, this is something that's already in motion. So there's a lot of evaluation that's taking place. Now, because I'm nosy, I'm going to take a secondary deck here. We're going to clarify what exactly is going on here with this 6 of Pentacles. What do we have to look for? Yep. So there's some sort of balancing energy that's going on within resources. So when we look at the energy of the 4 of Wands, when we look at the energy of evaluation, and because we know that some of the energy is going to be looking at the energy of the 8th house, which isn't necessarily direct day-to-day resources, there's some balancing that's going to come through. Now, the Devil card usually represents the 10th house of Capricorn of work. So if you're married, this could have a lot of things to do with your spouse getting ready to go through some adjustments and some changes. If you are single, ready to mingle, then you want to maybe be paying attention to some shifts and some changes. You're evaluating maybe insurance carrier changes or things of that nature. What is the overall energy that we can ask to capitalize on all of these aspects for our Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising? And we're going to go in with the numerology, Jeff, just to see if there's another word or a phrase that I can pull out that you can be looking for to enhance here on this new moon for you. Now, we have the energy of the Pride card in the reverse position. So where is it where we have to let go of our ego or some of our pride, especially if this is regarding one of your partners? How I look at this, and I would say, is there's a potential that your partner could be maybe getting a raise, or could be doing something that is bringing in more value than maybe what you are bringing in. Doesn't matter what the collaboration looks like. This is a matter of letting go of pride so that somebody else can balance out and support. So that's one of the big things that's popping up here. What other word of advice do we have for the Aries that might be going through this particular situation here in this new moon? Obviously, you're going to want to wish your partner well, but the universe is going to want you to realize that resources, finance, and things of that nature, all those super secret things that Pluto, which is the ruler of the 8th house, wants to be able to shift, needs to be able to shift. You can't stay in one spot for your whole life, otherwise you'll never grow. Yeah, you have to be willing to give somebody their props. That's basically what this is. The extraordinary card that comes out here means you have to be willing to know and recognize that there are other extraordinary circumstances beyond what you are putting into the energy that is required for you here on this new moon of Cancer. So whether it happens to be for yourself or your partner, then one of the things that you're going to want to be able to do is ensure that there is some quality time that is being spent on the attitude of gratitude. That is going to be the best opportunity for our Aries to use this energy. And if you feel like you have a little bit of lack of that energy, ask your angels, your spirit guides, or whoever else it is that you're working on within your pantheon to help you feel extraordinarily proud of everything that you have and everything that you are working towards in collaboration with your partner or even on your own. There's always going to be motion in the ocean. So make sure that you are not being overly boastful, overly proud of what it is that you can't let go of, and allow someone else to receive their flowers, so to speak. That is going to be in your best interest, working on the energy of allowing the extraordinary to show up in your world, and that will be of great assistance to you. We're going to go ahead and move on to our Taurus friends, so give me just a second. Okay, now let's go to our Taurus energy. We talked a little bit about that, seeing the chart. This is the 9th house energy, okay? So future plans and things of that nature, where some things are going to be shifting. Let's take a look at what we have for our Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising from a physical perspective that can help you navigate some of these different types of things. And we also have They said keep it. So we not only have the pineal that's coming up, and I'm not surprised about that in these times, especially with the Neptune retrograde, but what we also have here is what's going on here within the divine feminine. So when we see the icosahedron shape that's sitting here in the reverse position, there needs to be a little bit more energy put towards what's happening very specifically for you in relationship and how you are moving forward. Now, Uranus in Taurus has been and will be there for a while, but we've got the moon. We also have some shifting that's going to be taking place within how things are moving forward with Jupiter, okay? Coming very, very close into the mix, and how some things are shifting for us just a little bit. What I want to say is this very much is going to have things to do with your partner, but also the planning that the two of you guys are working together. Are you on the same page? So when the divine feminine card in the reverse position is there, it means there needs to be a little bit more divine feminine energy. Now, because Venus is in Cancer and that's your ruler, I would be looking towards Venus to show you the beautiful way of all the things that are taking place within your partnership. And if you are single, ready to mingle, then that really means that you have to dote on yourself just a little bit so that you can move into you feeling more comfortable about your next steps, your plans. What is it that you want to do? Using some information that you have and starting to put it forth a little bit more succinctly. So let's go ahead and pull out a couple of tarot cards and see what else we can pull up for you here for our Taurus, sun, moon, and rising for this new moon. Yeah, there it is. Something's a little bit out of balance. So we have the Temperance card, which is the ruler of the ninth house. So Temperance is the energy of Sagittarius. Okay. So this is letting us know that we're right on target. Something's been a little bit off. Then the next major arcana that you get right next to it is the Death card, Pluto's energy. Okay. So when you look at that, you have to put something into, you have to shift. Something needs to be shifted. And again, they're pointing at divine feminine. Of course, doesn't matter if you're male or female. We all have both masculine divine and masculine feminine within us, but something is not being nurtured the way that it needs to be nurtured. We have two cards here. Again, sideways cards mean that this is already something that's in consideration or transition. This is the energy of not really putting the work in, but to me, what it looks like is because we're searching for something different at this moment. Obviously, the Two of Wands energy shows up here, which means you can choose between A or B. The universe is never going to give you a negative when you decide to do that. But what you have to be able to do is have had your mind made up. Now, because there is a split between the 8th and the 9th house for a Taurus, I really do feel that the awareness of something coming towards you, and we're going to clarify this in just a second here. You have to be ready to be open and expanding in the energy of the 9th house. Exploration, travel, learning new things. So if you want to take on side projects or things of that nature, that's what the universe is naturally going to enhance, but the amount of care that you are putting into those things. Let's go ahead and just peek at the Death card. What is Death asking our Taurus to shift? Well, there you go. We have the Five of Swords energy. You can say what you need to say, just do it with ease and grace, because you can win a battle, but you can also be a cutthroat, and that energy comes up. There's the Lover's card. There's the partner energy that I was talking about. Now, if you're not married and you're single, ready to mingle, usually the energy of partnership goes towards work, but it can also be a best friend. It can also be a family member. And this is indicating that this Page of Wands sitting here in the reverse position could be somebody that's younger than you, but it also can be the energy of you needing to take another look backwards. Even though this is in the reverse position, I am an intuitive reader, so I do what the team tells me to do here. You need to be paying attention that something could be shifting, and you and your partner may need to sort of get on the same page of music. So what can you do is you can be a little bit more understanding in the creative energy of what's been going on in your relationship as a potential. Again, if you're single, ready to mingle, that energy of the 9th house wants you to move forward, but it seems to me like there could be a stop. There's a stop and a start, a stalling energy somewhere. Now you have two cards that popped up here. So this is supporting both scenarios. We're going to start with the first one. The first scenario is that you need to start tapping into your spirituality a little bit more. Okay, so the ninth house does carry energy with spirituality, not as succinctly as the 12th house, but it absolutely is there. So some of you guys need to be putting a little bit more divine feminine energy, and you need to start working towards and calling in more of your divine spirituality, which is also why the pineal gland came in. So if you are looking to get on your spiritual path, ask your angels and spirit guides to assist you with that. The other one is that there is what we're calling a karmic completion, which is why we could potentially be looking at changing, letting something else go that's not really working, and seeking our fortune in a different sort of a location, whether that's relationship based or not. It's okay to want something for yourself. And if it happens to be one of those situations where relationship just could be a little bit, if things are not working the way that they need to, don't stay. I know that's easy to say, but you're going to be better off doing things on your own than sticking into a situation that is just no longer for you. It doesn't match. It doesn't feel good. There's some odd vibes, whatever the case may be. You'll know what this means if this happens to be for you. Ooh, the reason why? Because somebody's in Delulu land. So the energy of delusion and this being in the reverse position, release the delusion of what something in your scenario could be looking like. Okay. Your intention to do something without surrendering the things that need to be let go of is absolutely creating the delusion that starts up for you. So the universe is like, open your eye, your third eye in these two ones here. Okay. Open up your eye, realize that things may not be copacetic. So it's time for you to call us in so that we can assist you more, not only on your spiritual journey, but if there is something that really needs to start coming to a close, we can help you do that in the most beautiful way. Make sure that you're putting time and energy into asking for that calming support that the universe can give you so that it gets done with as much ease and grace as possible, because what else are you going to do? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Again, sun, moon, and rising together is going to give you a very full picture from this particular reading. If you know your birth chart, then I would be taking a look at very specifically what's going on with Pluto, very specifically what's going on with Venus in your own personal chart, okay? And that's going to give you a little bit more information. Let's go ahead and move over to our Gemini friends. So my Gemini friends, very much splitting off the remainder of what's going on in that ninth house. So when we have a split, it's because at certain part of the day, you're in one house, and the second part of the day, you could be in the next house. And that's what was really going on with Taurus. So that's why I broke it down the way that I did there. Geminis. You literally are in the energy of the ninth house. Okay. So you are also in that optimistic location with planet Jupiter, which is responsible for the ninth house. Okay. So you are in a good position to harness what needs to take place in that energy, being completely optimistic about those different things that are taking place. Let's see what we have for our sun, moon, and rising signs of our Geminis during this new moon. What do we got? Gemini, communication. Your opposition, Gemini, is Sagittarius. Sagittarius in the third house, communication, is also ruled by Jupiter. We have a frequency card here. 741 hertz, third house, expression of conversation, your thoughts, those different types of things. This is really what the new moon in Cancer is all about, regardless of whether you're thinking it, writing it, speaking it out loud, communication. So if you need assistance with saying your piece and counting to 3, using the frequency of 741 hertz will open up that throat chakra and get you cleared enough to say what it is that you need to be able to say in the most appropriate way for you. Let's go ahead on and pull a couple of tarot cards to see what else you might not be aware of so that you can start working towards it these next couple of days. All right, Gemini. And you guys had a lot going on there. Wow. Okay, so we have 2 cards. The first one that we have here is the Ace of Cups. This is in the reverse position. Okay, so this is the first card that popped out. So the Ace of Cups in the reverse position, especially with where things were over the past week, with everything being hanging up, you're mentally done. You're wiped out, which explains why you need a refresh. You need your cup refilled so that you can start expressing some things in a different way, clarified by this 9 of Wands card that we have here. I want you guys to take a look at this because some people really struggle with understanding some of this different energy that comes through. Now, when you get this Nine of Wands energy, I want you to know that this is Sagittarius. Minor Arcana, Sagittarius, communication. I said everything that I needed to say. I put it all on the table. Literally, this is what this is saying. And I'm hanging on by a thread right now. I need the universe to come in and refill my cup. And then what you have here is Mr. Kingy of Pentacles here. This is all about you becoming a little bit more stable. So what I look in this situation, and we're going to dig into that Ace of Cups just a little bit more, is becoming stable, is making sure that whatever it is that you had to go through, that was all old energy, and you're asking the universe for support. When you have the Nine of Wands, all of these 8 wands or rods, you've done all of the assignments. You finished and completed all of those. The universe is hanging out with you to complete this 9th wand energy step. You may have one more to do to finish the assignment, but the universe is going to complete and support you with what needs to go on next. Let's take a look at, I want to see what's going on with that Ace of Cups, because the stability coming for you here is around the corner, is what they're saying. King of Pentacles energy is the energy of Taurus. Okay, so that is second house values, steady Eddie, type of income, things of that nature. Well, we have the King of Cups in the reverse position. Wow, that is literally the energy of Pisces. Let's see what else we have going on here. Does it have to be? Yep, there was a whole lot of energy spent on a person. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be a masculine energy, but usually this means that we are completely uncomfortable with whatever it is that we're pulling in. So when you have the king in the reverse and you have a king in the upright, and they're from different suits, each reader is going to read it in a different way. But for me, what this means is that more so than anything, you are the King of Pentacles. You are the individual that is going to be able to be more stable, but you needed to get all that old energy out of your system. So ask the universe to help you with all those things that have everything to do with stability. Okay, whether that's emotional, mental, spiritual, or even physical. Second house, you got to take care of your body too. Taurus energy, make sure that you do that. But do that, and the universe is going to be able to support you very, very quickly. Let's see what else we have here from a gems. Yep. You got to put the effort in. That's what the universe is saying. We will give it to you. We will create this firm foundation, but you're going to have to step forward and you're going to have to do a little bit of the work, and we will meet you halfway. What else can we give to our Gemini so that they know that this is for them here within this 9th house energy? We've got some expressive change coming up. Remember, going back to the chart, Pluto is in perfect harmony with the Jupiter that is in your sign there. Okay, so there are some positive benefits. You're going through an awakening. You're going through the next level of your awakening, which is why you could be feeling a little bit tired at the moment. Let us know what you need. Express it. Yeah. You've carried me through. I'm going to read this because I think this is very important. Wake me up from life as a spiritual sheep, and may I hear you through my own instincts and common sense, universe. That's exactly what this is saying. You realize that you need some support. So you're in a good position because you are 100% going to receive what it is that you're asking for. But I would be, if I was a Gemini, I'd be going through a little bit more support in my basic day-to-day stability, and trust that you are going to receive that. You're tired, you're spent, it's okay. Even the sun coming out in the reverse position is one of the highest major arcanas that you can get for moving forward. It just means we finished with that assignment. We're on to the next one. So you got this, and the universe has you. All right. Hopefully that's been supportive. My Cancerian friends, we already went through the chart and we talked about you being smack dab in the middle of that 10th house of work, career, how people are seeing you in the workplace, things of that nature. Obviously, there's more to it than just that, but those are the basics. Getting your energy. Ooh, we're going to shuffle that again. If it comes out, I'll take it. How are you being seen as an individual that can bring stability to the workplace? Well, you've got the sun, you've got the moon, and of course, Venus in Cancer. I think this is the second time it showed up. 639 hertz, another frequency card. This one has everything to do with relationships and you reconnecting to how you are communicating, not only to yourself, but to other people. This literally is 10th house energy right here. So pull up the 639 hertz energy, and that will assist in making sure that you are in that Venus energy of everyone is included in the package here with my friendship and my resourcefulness for how it is that I am bringing forth the work effort. Okay. Of course, if you're retired or you're not working a standard 9 to 5, this is an opportunity for you to examine what you can do, because you can always do any other type of project, things of that nature. So there's positivity there for you as well. Okay. 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. I'll show you this in just a second. That is healing from trauma, especially if it was resource-based. So lack mentality sometimes, where I'm feeling as though I don't have everything that it is that I need. All of us sometimes go through that sort of a situation, and I want you to see this. This is beautiful. 5 of Pentacles in reverse, though, means that we have accepted the advice that we needed to receive, whether it was a friend, a family member, clergy, whatever the case may be, and we are healing from whatever was going on within that lack mentality. And this is where you're at. The 9 of Swords, 9 of Swords in the sideways position here. You're already going through this transition. 9 of Swords is temporary energy. Now, sometimes it can be a little bit anxious when you're so excited about receiving something, and then there's that Ace of Swords that comes with it. So whatever this problem was for you in the past, this lack mentality, the universe is bringing you out of it. So there's extreme clarity that is coming into this new situation. I would say, I'm going to clarify this 5 of Pentacles. If you went through some sort of a job shift or a job change, or you feel that something like that needs to take forward and step in to assist you, you have but to ask the questions, make sure that you're filling out the paperwork, going through the application and the interview processes, because you definitely have some beautiful things that are on the way. Let's clarify, though, that 5 of Pentacles in reverse, and let's see what we've got going on here. What did I just say? So 10 of Wands, letting go of something. 10 of Cups, letting go of something and getting past the energy of it being an emotional energy for me as well. Tower in reverse, aka Mars, could be Aries energy, but dodging a bullet, because now I found another job that I can go into. This 8 of Cups. Now, it doesn't have to be that you're walking away from a job. It could be that you're letting some stress go from your current job and maybe looking to do something different. It could be a lot of different combination of ways. We don't need to beat that to death, but that is exactly what it is that I do see here. What the universe is sharing with you is that there's clarity coming for anything related towards resources, second house energy, and Venus being the ruler of balancing things out, and that second house being in there with that new and full moon. I would be asking for resources. You're in the best opportunity to get what it is that you're asking for. Let's go in and see what else we can give to our Gemini, sun, moon, and rising with this new moon. Oh, rebirth. There we are. The rebirth of Slick, the energy of 7. So you must ask. If you've been waiting, you will receive it. And the final notice or final word for our Geminis on this new moon would be really appreciated here. Yeah, expansiveness. So if you thought in the past that there weren't any opportunities and you were just kind of slow to roll, or maybe you weren't necessarily looking at it, trust that there's an opportunity and a reason for you to be taking a look at some of those different things that are popping up, and trust that whatever it is, you're going to get the Ace of Swords on the back end. So work within your relationship to yourself and relationship to others with 639 hertz, and that will assist you here on this new moon in Cancer. And it's going to be a very good situation. A lot of lucky energy for a lot of people. All of us are going through some sort of a transition right now. It doesn't really matter what part of your life. That is exactly what we're doing here in the universe right now. So you are not alone. Let's go ahead and move to our next sign, and we're going to jump right on into our Leo friends here. Some Leos, a lot of social, a lot of 11th house social things going to be taking place for you in what that looks like. So let's see what else we got going on for you. Now, Leos, obviously, you guys are ruled by the sun, and the sun being in Cancer, I'm not even surprised that we have 2 different cards that are showing up for my Leos. First one is they're saying, take hold of inevitable change. It's going to happen in ways that you don't even understand. And then the second thing is that you have to believe in what those changes are going to be. So get ready and buckle up. We have combination of the energy of 333 here and master number 9 showing up here for my Leos. 11th house, usually social, can expand sometimes into, well, outside influences such as where you may volunteer, extra side projects, things of that nature, but things are getting ready to change in your world. And so they're just letting you know that that is the highlight of what is taking place. And because you got the chatty Cathy Mercury there, and because you've got the opposition still in effect with where it is connecting with Pluto in Aquarius, things are going to change. So you just need to buckle up. Let's see what we can offer for our Leo sun, moon, and rising here by this new moon in Cancer. Okay. You already know. Page of Pentacles in the sideways position. So you've been prepared for something new to show up for a little bit. Pentacles usually means physical things, resources, but it doesn't have to be just money. It can be people, opportunities, and other things showing up. Wow. This is the energy of the moon. You have a couple of extra cards that wanted to come in. This is the actual shift. This is the 6 of Pentacles, which is a blessing card. What you put into it is what you put out of it. But we do have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse position. And that is because something has been going on here with this King of Swords being in the reverse position connected to the 4 of Wands. So how I'm looking at this for you is we're looking at knowing that there was going to be a shift. You were already aware of this and you're already prepared. So something is going to be shifting in a social way for you. Okay. The universe is letting you know that there's more information that's going to come. What you've been putting in, you may not have been reciprocated with by somebody else. In order for us to clean this energy up for you, we're going to have to be a little bit more strategic, okay? When this King of Swords is in his upright position, he's very kind and he's very much in the energy of just listening to what you have to say before he has to chop your head off. But this is Aquarius energy, and with it being in the reverse position, that's that Pluto and Aquarius. It's not so much about what's going on in your head as much as it is what's going on within your heart, but this is social energy. So let's go ahead and pull up a little bit more about that Page of Pentacles, and I want to see what else is going on with that Page of Pentacles, because you're already in it. You sort of already know what's going on. You've been in this position for the past couple of weeks. Yep, there's something that's incomplete or not balanced quite. You're already aware of it. You already know. This is just confirmation for somebody. You already know what is going on, and that is okay. There we go. Let's go ahead and reshuffle that. I want to get another piece of information just because I'm being a little bit nosy. What is this particular Leo going through? What do we know about this 2 of Pentacles and this Page of Pentacles? Yeah, we're looking for a new position. So from a social perspective, okay, the universe is asking you to open yourself up. This 4 of Cups energy is, you may think or you had thought in the past that things were okay, but the universe is like, no, we need to get you to pay attention to something else. And this is the second king that is in the reverse position. This is not feeling all the feels. Okay. So you already knew that something else was on the horizon, and the universe is just asking you to continue to do what it is that you're doing. From a social perspective, how it is that your friends are potentially seeing you, how it is that you are doing different social activities, or how those other things could be affecting you on the day-to-day basis is what's coming up. Touch grass. This is the nature card. Now, this actually means 3 different things. So I'm going to go through each one of them because this is the energy of 11. Okay. First of all, where did he go? There it is. In your environment, okay, especially if you do projects or volunteerism or you're assisting other people, whatever the case may be, from a social perspective, you're bringing the good energy, and you are dealing possibly with someone else that's being a little funky. And so the universe is like, yeah, so grass needs to be touched here in order for you to maintain your own specific balance in this conversation. So literally, your nature needs to be at the highest level that it can be at in order for you to go through these changes. It's not a slight. There's no shade here on the situation. Is like, you got to keep yourself up and motivated while you go through this particular change, because it's not necessarily going to be fun. There's going to be some funky emotions that show up in this. Okay. If there hasn't been any joy within this Four of Wands energy, and I want to share this, this is Aries energy, so you are getting a little boost of that. And this could have some Aries energy. You could be dealing with an Aries. You could also have Aries very heavily in your chart, but something that you're aware of needs to be balanced in a different way. The universe is trying to share that with you. The other nature of the situation is that if you will just spend time breathing, literally touching grass, or doing anything else that you can do with grounding, your particular energy is going to be very, very supportive of how you can move forward. And the last thing that I know for a fact is calling out within this nature, you need to be good natured. So it's sort of the same way of me saying the same thing, just sort of in a different way, but they wanted me to cover that. Again, take hold, because big change is coming and you have to have faith in whatever it is that you've asked for. Okay. And one other piece of information for our Leo, Sun, Moon, and Risings. Ooh, already then, let it go. Let go. Everything is indeed in flux, in change. And the second card that we have is surrender. Okay. So when you have the surrender card and the let go, you need to be at the highest nature. Something in your social circle or social circumstances is getting ready to shift and change for you for the highest and best good. But you kind of already know that something is not quite in balance. So the only thing you have to do is just make sure that you can let go of the ego energy, merge with it, ask your teams to come in and assist you a little bit. You're going to go through a big one, but if you can maintain your high natured status, stay as high vibe as you can for as long as you can, and there's going to be some dips like this, but let go. And the universe is going to allow you to step aside for a little bit, take a breather, and then they will take care of the rest. I've got some perfect manifestation tips for people that are going through that. If you happen to be one of my students, we talk a lot about that in lots of different types of ways. So just be prepared. You're going to be on your way to create this new stability that it is that you're looking for. And if it means changing social environments, then that's okay. The universe has your back. Let us go ahead and move over to our Virgo friends and see what else we can give to our Virgo friends. Of course, Virgos, you are in the energy of the 12th house. Ooh. You are in the energy of the dreams and a lot of energies cleaning up from confusion. What's real, what's not real. Virgos, you are highly, highly, highly intuitive. You are the sage, aka the hermit, one of the highest spiritually connected signs that are out there. I know people tend to want to give it to all the water signs, but you got to give it to the Virgos as well, because they sit in the information for a while as a grounded energy that is able to sort of be a little bit more fluid. Okay, Virgo energy, 12th house for you. Ooh, beef up your protections. So when we look at the protection card, we are looking at it from a couple of different perspectives. Yes, you could have been doing a lot of protection in the past, but you need to bring that back around. Okay. You need to be watching all angles. And when we have the energy of the 12th house, sometimes it can be considered mysterious type of thing. So make sure that you're putting up your protections and really working with your angels, spirit guides, or whoever else it is that you're working with within your pantheon. And I do apologize if you guys don't know, as an angelic healer, they're in my face and it's very ticklish in my nose. And so it's just one of those things. It could be a lot worse. Okay, so Virgos in this energy of the 12th house, all this mystery, walking away from something. Okay, we fulfilled something to its highest and best degree, and we're challenging whether or not what we walked away from is in our best nature. So there's going to be a lot of conversation coming up here, and then what we have to look forward to, yes, is just that there are multiple options, which is why you have to put your protections up. We are definitely going to clarify that 8 to the 7, and then we're looking to get to that 6 with your angelic team giving you this protection information right up front. Let's take a look at the 7 of Cups and see what our 7 of Cups is talking about. Ooh, 4 of Pentacles in the reverse position, opening your heart space to receiving more. Oh, I dropped one. Oh, and look who it is. It is Mama Venus. It is the Empress. Manifest, manifest, manifest. Sometimes Virgos, because it's the perfection of service to other people, you sometimes forget about yourself. You can do no good to anybody else unless you have put your mask on and you are ready to breathe in that fresh air so that you have the energy. So please manifest the things that you need, okay? Because there are some different shifts that are coming, and that's what it looks like. There's multiple options. Also, you've asked for something in the past, and the universe is trying to create it in a way that is the most protective way for you. You get the Sun card. So regardless, if you can be patient, and I think I said this, the 2-2-2 method, 2 hours of this, 2 hours of that, 2 hours of something different, just to sort of keep it balanced, then you are most assuredly going to receive what it is that you need. But this time it's about you, Virgo. It's not about anybody else. It's about what you need. Yes, it's kind to talk about friends, family, neighbors, whoever the case may be, when you're doing manifestations and prayers for other people. Put yourself first on this new moon so that you can be guaranteed to receive the highest accolades that you can from your team. Let's go in. Thank you so much for that. And what we have here is, we have the energy of forgiveness that shows up. So this means 2 different things, okay? One, don't take this beating so hard. That's what my team is saying. Well, we're not trying to beat them up that hard, but you are. If you feel like you had to walk away from something because you just didn't have the spoons to dig into somebody else's cup of whatever was going on, it's okay for you to realize that these options really are here for you to use. Forgive yourself if you feel like you stayed around too long, took on more responsibility than you should have, but also release anybody else that was a part of the situation. Okay, especially if you had to walk away from something, make sure that there's the energy of forgiveness so that you are thoroughly cutting the hooks, the cords, and attachments to the situation. Okay, even if it's a spouse or a child, cut the cords to the negative situation so that they get their energy back, you get your energy back, everyone's free and clear, you start over, and we're all kumbaya in this joint, okay? You are gonna come out ahead, but you've got to make sure that that energy of forgiveness is there. We don't have time for the old energy, we have time for the new hotness. So let's put a little forgiveness in there, okay? The other energy from the universe to support our Virgo sun, moon, and especially the risings here. The true offering card in this deck actually sort of means the same thing as the forgiveness, but what it means is, and I'll go ahead and read it, is that you have to be able to take what can be an unbearable sort of an energy and return it to love. So this literally is the same energy. Whatever's going on, okay? And they're asking me, for some of you guys in the back row, pay attention to the birds. Protecting yourself is okay, all right? Protecting yourself is okay, but let it go. Cut those hooks, cords, and attachments, and call in what you want, because the universe is going to give it to you. They're asking you, hello. All right, so make sure that you do that. I would also be taking a look at where you very specifically have Venus in your personal birth chart, friends. And I would also be taking a look very much where Leo happens to be. 8 of Cups energy technically is Piscean energy. So again, a lot of this is being reflected on some of those things that are taking place with Pisces. And Pisces is definitely affecting in the opposition that we talked about in the chart. So that could have some things going on too. Pay attention to those in your own personal birth chart. And if you need support with that, hey, let me know and we can run your chart in pullouts and extrapolate some things that are most important to you. Let's go ahead and move on to our Libras, who start us off in the energy of the first house. The energy of the first house is what's being activated. Libras are the natural rulers of the 7th house. Of course, we know this. The energy of the first house, I am not even surprised. This is going to come out a lot today. The pineal and the magic wishing card. Okay, so this energy here is the dream weaver. This is asking our Libras as well to be prepared to receive more information about what it is that you've been asking for. So Libras, you guys are actually going to have a very good second half of the year. What it boils down to is slow and steady winning the race so that you don't lose your balance or your grip on what's been taking place. But you also are being very specifically told to continue to manifest new things, not old things, new things. So pay attention to what you want as well, because what it is that you're doing is for your sense of self. What you're doing is for your sense of your own self-will. Use your self-will. You cannot be a little lazy bum. You got to put a little bit of energy into it. So the 2-2-2 rule goes for you as well. Okay, a little bit of this, a little bit of that to keep things more in balance, and be looking for your teams to share with you. Look, oh my God, look at all this. Okay. So we have a double pair here. You think everything is groovy and fine. You do know that there's something else that needs to show up, okay? So this is the energy of stability. This is the energy of asking for stability to come in, all right? So you know that's what it is that you want. That's that manifestation piece. Three of Cups. You're looking for celebratory energy with a different person. So you're looking for the stability of a partner, whether it's a business partner or also maybe even a connected union with somebody else, a divine union with somebody else. The energy is you can't get what you're not asking for. So the reality of the situation is we're going to hit this 8 of Wands. This is important to me because I understand what's going on here. You have asked for some things to come in, but the universe is like, yeah, you're not really doing the work the whole way. Not if that 8 of Wands in the reverse is showing up. There's no communication. There's no energy. There's no pop, pop, pop. There's none of that. We got to go there. We got to ask for that. So let's see what we've got going on here. That 8 of Wands energy is Sagittarius energy. So that's optimism. Like you're sort of in it, but you're not in it. You got to get jazzed. You got to get excited, man. Let's put some energy into it. Yep, here we go. 7 of Swords in the reverse position is beautiful. Now, I don't know why people still, okay, I'm just not going to go there. The 7 of Swords is the highest major arcana wish card that there is. It's strategy, okay? There's no strategy that you're continuing to communicate. So sometimes it's okay to keep things to yourself, and sometimes you need to share the wealth. You know that this is what you need to do. So here's the deal. You've opened up the communication, and let's just say you've thrown the gauntlet down. There's trust. 7 of Swords and the reverse at its best, and some of the newer traditional thought processes is that there's no shenanigans there. The universe says with this death card, it's time for this change and this transition to happen. It doesn't have to be forever and ever, amen, but there's obviously some sort of time period that's involved in this for you. And then when you have this Libra card in the reverse position, it's get out of your head, man, and get into your heart, which is literally the same thing as this. So you have to be a little bit more in your heart space with this communication. You've already started it. You need to continue on with the process, and you need to follow it up. You don't need to dog it. You just need to follow it up. So there are some beautiful things coming in from a manifestation perspective that you've already asked for, but you have to continue to, got to put a little extra on it. And yes, we always say, if you've asked for something, if you're going to go back to that manifestation, it's thanking for that energy. Thank for it, but move on and go into a new direction and ask for something new, okay? Because there's more ways than one to skin the proverbial cat, and the universe wants to open you up to that. Use your voice, be nice, which is what it looks like you are here. Queen of Swords is Libra, okay? Oh, first house energy, self-love. Literally, first house is the energy of self-love. It's your self-will though, also. So your willpower is speaking to the true nature of how it is that of how you're loving yourself. You got to put in the work. And we're not saying you got to build a house from scratch. We're just saying you got to put in a little bit more work. You got to work towards a little bit more. So the scenario that they're giving me is you're the supervisor, you're the manager, you're the CEO of your own show. You can't expect someone else to just take the ball and run with it. If you want something, you got to make sure that you've got your stamp of approval on it. Just be nice. Okay, here we go. Last aspect from the UF2. So we're going to go with it. Yep. You need to be in your continuing mode of being courageous and what it is that you've asked for and how it is that you're continuing to do the work. I want to continue to be openly aware of things that are shown to me. So the universe is going to show you maybe perhaps another couple of ways if this hasn't kicked your butt. And then we have the other individuality card that shows up here, especially because there's a partnership quality to this. Okay. And Libras, you're naturally good managers. You're naturally good leaders. You're very good at managing other people, but sometimes, just like Virgos, you tend to take care of other people before you put a little bit more energy into yourself. And so as far as individuality is concerned, everybody has their own plan. You can only take care of yourself especially if you're going to get into a situation where there's an involved partnership, be nice. Okay. So if you're continuing to ask for the courage to speak your piece to somebody else in a more peaceful way, that is a way of honoring your self-love, then you're going to be in a good position. I feel that one. Now, I am a Libra sun, so I get that. There's another sign in here that's for me that's going to speak a little bit more towards what is going on. However, heightened awareness, the universe is talking about you manifesting. And if all of you guys are following me, you know that this is a modified version of Metatron's cube, which is the one sacred geometry that is sort of like the catch-all for lots of things and really expanding it. Use your tools, okay? Be your own supervisor in this case to make sure that you're getting what you want. All right, Libra, you're in a good position. Venus is doing some things, so you'd be in a really weird position if you didn't take advantage of it on this new moon, okay? So here we go. Let's jump into my Scorpios. Second house energy, money, 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 money. We've already talked about it. I showed you the energy of the chart of what's going on with the map. Hitting here in the second house in the general space, of course, you need to know your sun, moon, and your rising in your own personal chart to have even more in-depth pulling those things out. However, that second house of resources and finance, in the chart, we talked about the fact that there's perfect alignments with what's going on with the way that your ruler Pluto is matching up not only with Uranus, but also Jupiter in the positive. Okay, so there's money, 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 money. If you are a Scorpio, Scorpio rising, and your butt hasn't purchased a lottery ticket or a scratch off, I'm going to look at you a little cockeyed. Of course, if you don't like those different types of things, then you don't have to. But bam, the universe is giving us the foundational card here. Okay, this energy is supporting how you are nurturing and creating your financial stability in one sense. So, you know, use the universe to assist you in just a little bit here. Let's go ahead and pull your cards out. Nurture and continue to create. Nurture and continue to create. Nurture and continue to create. You and the rest of the water signs have already gone through so much clearing. Okay. It's time for you to be on land walking at this moment, to be doing some more things. So let's see what the universe has to say for you. Yes, here we go. Oh, we have one on the side position. Look at that. Money, 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 money. The Ace of Pentacles followed by the 10 of Cups and the upright. What else do we have here for my Scorpios? Now, we do have the 3 of Wands in the reverse position. So that puts a little bit of a slowdown on the situation. I'm not mad at this Aries energy though, because that is your opposing sign. So let's see what else it is that we can bring forward that is going to express why we could be going through that. So you're focused on the second house. Okay. Aries has got a little bit of a split between what's going on in a relationship, 7th house, really, it's 7th house energy that's taking place in a relationship. Listen, we're going to clarify what's going on here with this 3 of Wands in the reverse position. Okay, let's just see what's going on. Why is Aries in the reverse position for our Libra, sun, moon, and rising? Hold on, that's too many. Let's start over. Libra, sun, moon, and rising for this new moon in Cancer, because it looks like things are going to go well. But what do we need to consider? Why is this 3 of Wands in the reverse position? Oh, 10 of Swords. Okay. Also, King of Pentacles. That is second house Taurus energy. Okay. And we also have Mars. Okay. Mars is in Taurus. So more so than anything else, you are going to get what you want, universe is saying to you, but there could be a little bit of a delay. So don't stress yourself out about that. In other words, what they're saying is something needs to leave or something is continuing to leave to make sure and be guaranteed that you receive this second house energy. So you have to just not stress yourself out about it. This is actually really good information to have. Now, if Aries energy, because it's really not, I mean, it is, but it's not. If this has something to do with a partner, husband, wife, girl, whoever's living with you, if it's that sort of shared energy and relationship, You just have to be prepared that there could be your partner that could be experiencing a little bit of a shift, but ultimately this is where you guys are going. You just have to be prepared for a little tiny bit of a slowdown. That's all there is. Okay, so keep asking, nurture and create, nurture and create, bebop along. It's going to be okay. Let the things that have to get out of your way, get out of your way. So it's a temporary delay, if anything else. Let's go into the numerology here for you and see what else we can find. What else? What else? The other thing that they're trying to tell me is that some of you could be going through a shift in family circumstances, and that has to be honored as well. It's not going to this is not going to resonate with everyone, but if you're going through a shift in family circumstances, and and it could be anyone, again, relationship, usually it's connected spouse, but it doesn't always have to be. If there is a shift, then the universe is like, you already know about it, but it's going to be required to create that harmony that is necessary in your home space, right? This is not a shocking revelation at all. We kind of know about it. So decisions that are made now prevent this sort of a situation from showing up. It's not, if there has to be a household change, if there has to be a change in the relationship for things to be in your highest and best good, and you're a little bit nervous about that, then I wouldn't shy away from it. I really wouldn't. Second house resources, you got to take care of yourself, right? Maybe it's a matter of roommate changing. Maybe it's a matter of downsizing home. It could be lots of different types of things that are going to fortify what it is that you need to nurture in order to create more. So it's all good. All right. Okay. Let's see what we've got going on. Numerology for our Scorpios, sun, moon, and rising. Karmic completion. That just seals the deal for a couple of different things. You're on your way to getting what you need, nurturing and create. Some sort of a cycle is completely done and over with. And whatever this is that's leaving your environment is what you need in order to take advantage of that nurturing and creating energy the universe wants to give to you. Okay. Let's go and see what other conversation they want to share here with our Scorpio. Sun, moon, and rising. I don't find this negative at all. Uranus is coming to shake stuff up. Pluto is in total agreement with it. Also with Jupiter. I don't think it's negative. I just really see that there could be a delay in that first scenario. So don't get too crazy impulsive with the things that come in. But also, if there has to be a shift and a change, be on top of it. Ugh! Divine love. Ugh! Okay, universe. You really don't want me to focus on that first one. Detach. So in this one, what they're talking about is detaching from the circumstance, like let go and let God, or let go and let universe, or whatever the case may be. Divine love is going to see you through this transitional period for whatever it happens to be. You are not forsaken. Nurture and create. So that's exactly what it is that you're going to be doing here. Ask for the highest aspects of nurturing and creativity that you need in your stability. Whether it is a relationship change or whether it happens to be just waiting for some things to come in and flow into your environment in a different way, could just be also simply, again, if you have a partner, whatever shift your partner is going through, just hang out for just a little bit longer, but the universe has you covered. I love it. All right, let's move forward to who are we at now? We are at our Sagittarius. Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising, that third house energy, communication with Jupiter hanging out in the opposing planet of Gemini right across from you. No main transits, but Jupiter also being your ruler, hanging out and having direct conversations, not only with Venus, but also with Pluto and Aquarius. Let's see what we have. Third house. Openly aware of new information that needs to pop up for you. Oh, clarity. I love my job. And balance. Okay, clarity and balance. That's what's showing up for you here. That's what I would be asking the universe for if you need a little bit more support. Let's find out the circumstances for what's going on for our Sagittarius. Here we go. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay. Page of Cups in the reverse position. Maybe not having some kind words with someone. Look at the Chariot card. Cancer. Moving forward, not always in the most smooth direction, but the universe has a very clear path. It's about you being balanced in the amount of energy that you put into what's taking place. And you can't make this shit up. The love of lovers, Gemini, mental awareness. Okay. What I'm going to say is, because we're definitely going to clarify each of these cards with at least one down, 2 major arcanas next to each other like that. I have to. I need to see what's going on with this Page of Cups first. Argument, feeling as though our partnership is in challenge, and I'm just trying to hang out a little bit to see what else I can do here. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. That's sort of the disillusionment of some sort of a partnership. That 5 of Wands is it's getting over argumentation. It's usually annoying, nothing major, usually. But that Virgo card that's coming in here is like, I just need to have a little bakey bake here before I move forward. The Chariot card. In order for me to be free and happy, I am looking at doing this. So I would never normally just go out on a limb and just say it like this, but I don't have a choice. This is not going to resonate with everyone, but I'm very much getting same-sex relationship in this. We have to make a commitment here. We decided after we sat down and we thought about it to make a commitment. Now there are 2 kings here. And for me, we're saying this is going to resolve in somebody that is in Sagittariusville and same sex. That's great. Positively moving forward, even though things have been a little bit wishy-washy in the past, but this is emotional stability. This is also physical stability. And this is long-term security. The other aspect of that is somebody could very strongly be leaving one job and successfully finding something else that's going to be in your higher vantage point. Something that's going to be more successful for you. Yeah, there it is. There she is. Mrs. America, the balance card, the Libra card coming out here with the Lovers card. Again, for somebody, this is highly romantical sort of energy information. You might have went through it because of nerves. So what the universe is saying is that there is a re-establishment of coming together with whoever it is that is in your relationshipville. Even though this is about communication, this is very much going to support the communication of what's taking place in a relationship. And so I would be asking the universe for additional clarity and balance. What do you need to create more balance? Very specifically how I'm seeing it as a relationship, whether it's same sex or not. That's just what they're like, ooh, this is going to support that couple. I'm like, okay, hey, you know, it's all good. Let's go in with the numerology card here and see what we've got. Domestic harmony. Domestic harmony and spiritual partnership. So if you're changing from one area to another, or if you've had energy issues within your relationship and you're wondering, I know this person loves me, but they get on my nerves. Is the right this? The answer is yes. I would say, of course, I'd want to do a more personal reading to get down to it. But domestic harmony means whether you are in a business position or a physical relationship, it does mean that there's more balance to create harmony. And they do domestic harmony within the 10th house because most of us spend a lot of time in a 9-to-5 at someone else's place. So that needs also to be a harmonious place for us to spend our time, energy, and effort for the most part. Okay. Spiritual partnership. Yes, you're supposed to be here. Yes, this is the right thing to do and the tasty way to do it. Yes, there's a little bit more there. There's something very specific that is meant for you in this arrangement. So don't be shy. And then let's finalize what we've got going on here from the universe for our Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh my God, you can't make this up. Companionship. Getting someone that is in your life an astonishing gift. Companionship. So whatever this is, and even if this is not a romantic partnership, this union, this coming together, this conversation, this is going to be a very big opportunity for our Sagittarius. I would love to be a fly on the wall. If you resonate with that reading, God bless your heart, because you guys are going to have a very beautiful, beautiful situation. But again, Sagittarius, ask for clarity, and then ensure that you're asking for balance in the relationship, the companionship, the business partnership, however this is going to shake out for you. The most major arcana out of all of the cards that I've done thusly. So I'm going to call that a good thing. Let's going to go ahead and move on to our Capricornios for right now. Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising is what we're looking for. Of course, Saturn going into retrograde. It doesn't necessarily have to break you. It will force you with the first rights of refusal to get some other things done first. But of course, it's going to affect every person on the planet. Let's see what we have here. Capricorn, sun, moon, and that rising. We're going to take it. Already knew. Lots of activations going on within your thought process. They did say to take another card. So let's go ahead and shuffle up and deal one more. Let's see what we've got. Capricorn, thank you. Balance it out. Okay. Is the best of times. It is the worst of times for my Capricorns, because you guys are always busy, 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 busy. You have the capacity to take on a lot, so much. And the universe is just like, you can afford to chill just a little bit. So come talk to us about how we can make you aware of some new opportunities that are going to come in to support you. Balancing energy of what's going on in the home space, because you're being activated in that fourth house energy. Even though Saturn technically is in the sixth house, what you change from the day-to-day perspective will support what's going on in this fourth house activation. Of course, knowing your own personal positions within your birth chart is going to give you even more of an enhancement, so that we know precisely dates, times, and all the other things. Holy buckets of snot. Here we go. How do you want me to read this? Okay. So there is a lot of energy being spent with paying attention to old stuff or not paying attention. They said switch the cards like this, interchangeable. You keep looking at stuff and you're forcing yourself to go crazy because you have the cart in front of the horse, so to speak. So what they want you to realize is that your manifestations need to have time to breathe. We don't chase, we attract. And so as long as you're allowing the attraction to do its thing, you can focus on something else now. Take a break is what they're saying, because you're in the energy too much and it's throwing you off. This is Aquarius energy here, and this is the Libra energy. It's not in balance. It's not in balance because you're overthinking things sometimes. And so it is okay to rest and relax. And when you do, now you have the new energy to move forward with all of the other stuff that you want. You have to be able to give yourself a chance to balance some things out. This to me is very clear, but I am going to clarify, because we have Venus and Libra together. I would pull those energies in your personal birth chart, find out where Venus is in your chart and where does Libra sit in those houses, just as an opportunity to pull out and flush out some of those different things. I do want to clarify the Justice card in the reverse position. That's the one that I'm most interested in, because we already know that the Empress Venus is in your opposing Cancer, which is the fourth house. So anything that you do to support your home is going to help you on a day-to-day basis. Does that make sense? So what is Libra talking about? Oh my God, you can't make this shit up. So we have the Empress hanging out here with the Sun, hanging out with the Ace of Pentacles. What's going on here is exactly what I talked about. It's this balancing of chasing and attracting what it is that you're looking for within your manifestations. You know they're coming, but when you don't allow things to come into the natural light the way that they need to, you delay your Ace of Pentacles showing up. You delay the resources, the people, the places, the money, and there could just be this off balance of things that are taking place. So putting energy and effort into how you can rebalance the home space. Okay, whether you're single or you're married with kids, okay, however you're balancing the home space, that energy of nurturing and self-care for yourself as well is going to be important, again, because this is what you get at the end of the day. So this is the cosmic Amazon man showing up with this new information. If you will let things go for a little bit, it clears things out so that you can think. And again, that brings us back to the pineal gland, your awareness, okay, becoming in a little bit more balance. Let's go ahead and pull your numerology card and see what else we have here. Where's this effort? Where are you efforting? And where are you not efforting? Where is it that you need to spend a little bit more attention on other things besides work? There has to be a little bit more balance. And you're going to get there. You are pointing right towards the 4th house. Last piece of information for our Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. That'd be great. Let's see what we have here. Also, the energy of detachment, but in a different sort of a way. When you detach, you can finally feel whole inside yourself. So this summarizes the whole reading. With or without the fulfillment, with or without the fulfillment of something specific coming into fruition. That's when it shows up. That's literally what I just said. Quit dogging the universe. Go do something different. But I want it now. And the universe is like, give us a break. We're trying to bring it. Give us the space to bring it down. Go play in the sand over here a little bit. Go touch grass for a while. Go do something different. Go beautify your home. Go do something. Call everyone in your family on the phone. Do something, but get out of our way for 5 minutes. That's what the universe is trying to tell you here. And I get it. You guys just have so much capacity to do so many different things. It's just a minor tweak, but a little bit of those tweaks on a daily basis is going to be able to assist you. And again, whatever it is that you do for new creation in the home is going to support your going forward day-to-day basis. Okay. So that's how that whole piece works for my Capricorns. This brings us to our Aquarius. Aquarius, also governed by some of the energy of what's taking place with Saturn. But also Uranus. Uranus in perfect alignment with Pluto in your sign. This is really leading towards high aspects of the higher echelons of home, family, relationships, family fun times, brown chicken, brown cow, if you know what I'm saying. Things are going to shift. Things are going to change. Things are going to grow. And things are going to come through in ways that you don't necessarily even expect to show up. So for my Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, let's see what the universe wants to give you to support that. You also have Neptune here in perfect alignment with what's going on. So you're ready for the shifts. Let's see what we got. You also have the divine feminine energy. So this is embracing more of the divine feminine. And I'm going to bring in the energy of Merkaba, even though it doesn't say it on the card. You need to be prepared to be all in with that, okay? The icosahedron in its star shape, the star card, the star of you. So be working on your Merkaba. I'm just going to say this about that. Make sure that you are consistently working on housing those different energies within yourself, because it's a lot going on in your own little universe there. 5th house, joy, pleasure, fun, excitement, creativity, flair. Like I said, brown chicken, brown cow times with your committed partner or whatever it is that you got going on in your life. Expansion and joy of your children as well. Sports, all kind of fun things that go on within that 5th house of the things that are taking place. So you're in a good position. And let's see what we got. Options available, 7 of Cups. People think that's sometimes confusion, and it can be, but it is Scorpio energy, just to put that out there. And then you go into this 6 of Swords energy, which means you're sort of already on the way in this energy, and this is Gemini energy. So it's being mentally aware of the options that you're about ready to embark upon, which is not bad. Again, you're in a good position. A lot of this romantical, doesn't have to be, but then we get this energy of Mars showing up. We got the Tower. So we're going to clarify the Mars card here for you just a little bit, because you do have a lot going on. Let us get a little bit more information. The highest aspect of the Tower is you can't put any more shit in the rafters. What the old stuff is that needs to go is needing to go at this point. So whatever comes with the Tower could be surprises, which is the Uranus energy, although this literally is Mars. The energy of Mars supporting what's going on within stable factors, right? Because Mars is sort of hanging out there in Taurusville. Doesn't necessarily have to be negative, but let's see what we've got going on for our Aquarius. What is going on with Mars? What is going on with this Tower card? We know that we're going in the right direction. So I think this is a surprise more so than anything else. There it is, Knight of Cups. Better than you thought. So Uranus, Mars, the energy of surprises coming up here. Nine of Cups energy. They said continue on with the stream, so I'm going to go to that. Yep, Five of Cups in reverse, which means we've been healing some energy that has been a little bit challenging for us from an emotional perspective, and it can be any aspects of that fifth house, joy, pleasure, fun, anything. It can cover a wide gamut, but it does mean that you have come full boat. So here's what we do have going on here. It's the Seven of Pentacles here with that Seven of Cups and this Ace of Wands with the Seven of Pentacles. So this is going to be what I'm going to consider surprise energy for you. You will have to maybe evaluate something, but whatever it is that shows up for you is going to show up, okay? And you're going to be able to take hold of this new action in a very beautiful way. I don't see anything scary about it. What it does mean for you, though, is making sure that you are keeping your awareness open. Not that you wouldn't, but you're always open when it comes to different energies, but being aware of other folks' concerns in your relationships, business, personal, all those different types of things. There's a piece of information that's going to show up that's going to assist you. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and get your numerology card. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Here we go. Rebirth. 777. This is the third seven that showed up. So yeah, you're in a lucky position for this new moon. If you feel as though you could be, I don't consider it confusion. But what they are saying is pouring a little bit more divine love, divine feminine energy into it. For me, from a spiritual perspective, be working on your Merkaba just a little bit. The energy of the divine is creation energy. So if you're looking for a different way to ask for something, it would be a lot more divine feminine uplift, whether you're divine male or divine female born. Ask for the divine feminine energy to show up so that you have the energy to spread in these different areas of creation for yourself. And then one of the final cards here for Aquarius, please. Thank you. Three ways. If you've been over sacrificing your energy to multiple different people, okay, and you feel like your inner power has been taking a hit, then the universe is saying, invite us in to assist you. That's what this is saying. It's okay to ask for help, even if you're married, children, whatever the case may be. It's okay to ask for help. You can't do it all by yourself. That is going to be one of the easiest ways to maintain your powers, by making sure that you're not taking everything on and then over sacrificing your energy for everybody and your brother instead of you saving some for yourself. You are on a rebirth sort of a mission. I know that there's going to be more to that. I could do an extended reading for Aquarius because I feel like there's 500 things that want to be able to come out, but I'm going to maintain it and keep it and cap it there because I don't really know. Yeah, that's all I can really say about it at this point. If you're resonating with this one, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll come back and do an extended on Aquarius because I really feel that Aquarius needs a little bit more detail. But at the end of the day, it is about divine creativity. And you are on your way. Six of Swords, coming out of challenging situations and going in the right directions. That is divine support, okay? All of the sixes in tarot are divine support energy. So there you go. A little bit of something there. Pisces. Oh, I'm excited for Pisces. Okay, Pisces. Day-to-day activities and choices. Sixth house is what's being activated. Of course, knowing your sun, your moon, your rising is going to give you a better opportunity. But Neptune in your sixth house of rulership having an opposition with that Mercury that's going on within Leo is going to force the conversation of those day-to-day things that can be adjusted for you so that you can like be like, yeah, bring it. And you guys know that it is also the Neptune that is also considered aspects of the moon energy. So you are doubly covered, if you will. A lot of beautiful trine energies that are showing up with Pisces. So you guys are in an extremely awesome position here on this new moon. Okay, so let's see what else we have going on here. Day-to-day action. Okay, so you have 2 cards and they're telling on themselves. This is, you might need a little bit of frequency help because of all the things that are going on, and the frequency that we think is going to help you is 528 hertz. Okay, so this is getting back to, all right, this is what's true for me. 528 hertz is going to be able to support moving different energy frequencies down so that you can consistently be clear-headed and all of these different possible changes that are going to show up. Pulling off the rose-colored glasses and sort of stepping into the next level for you is basically what it boils down to, sort of growing up or growing over or getting to the next level. That's sort of the energy that comes with it, but it's very positive. It really, really is. And it's being done in the most beautiful way. So let's see what we've got for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We finished a project. We keep looking at the old stuff. If you feel like you haven't accomplished something, or if you feel like there's more work to do, then of course I would certainly do that. But the universe is like, you've done everything that you need to do. It's time for you to move forward. When the 7 of Pentacles shows up in the reverse position, you've made a decision. So stick with your decision and quit second guessing yourself, because what's coming for you is a good way. Let's go into the energy of this Page of Swords. I really want to see that. Yep. Okay, we have the King of Cups who keeps making an appearance, and the King of Cups is Scorpio energy. I'm just making sure that you guys know that. The 8 of Swords, though, I love this mini devil energy, but opening yourself up to walking, staying in your own lane and keeping clear so that nobody is clouding your judgment. And then what we have here is our King of Swords energy. It's okay. How do I want to say this? That's Aquarius energy, King of Swords in the reverse position. It's okay to be very specific with decisions that you want. 7 of Swords. You, more so than anyone else, will put yourself out on a limb for other people to the detriment of yourself. So the universe is like, you are worthy of making strategic and more harsh decisions. You hate to think about it that way, but it's okay for you to put yourself first and not stress yourself out. What you do on a day-to-day basis going forward, especially with the support of this new moon, is really going to open you up for your future. That's literally what's going on. So let's go ahead and see what your numerology cards have to say, because really, to me, this is very easy. You are very easily graduating to the next level of things. You also have the forgiveness card. Who else got this? Was it Virgo? I think it might have been. Forgive yourself for how long it could have potentially taken you to realize or get from here to there to the next place. But you also need to forgive the other people, especially as you're ending situations. Okay. Now, 6th house energy does also have things to do with health. So it's very important for your own literal, physical, mental, and spiritual health that you are flowing the frequencies down so that you can receive what you need as you're letting older things go. So I want to just reiterate that, because I need to reiterate that. Making strong decisions. There's no true harm in going left versus right. If you believe at the time that's what you need to be able to do, the universe is always going to make sure that if there was an adjustment somewhere that needs to be made, they'll show it and you'll know it, because you're highly intuitive. Grief. You're holding on to letting something go. Literally just said that. 10 of Wands in the reverse with the forgiveness card. You can experience grief in lots of different ways, but grief is your way of navigating through the emotional stuff that pops up. So if you had to cut off a friend, if you are leaving, going to a different location, job location, doesn't matter, going out of state, you have to be able to forgive yourself, and you have to be able to forgive either the situation or the person that could have like sort of held you back from the day-to-day energy. And if you're holding on to that within your heart, you've got to let that go. So it's okay to be in your brain and make strong decisions and know that you're worthy of receiving that. This is the time, again, where we grow up, we go to the next level, we're moving forward in our direction and in our life. So there's lots of different ways to skin more than one cat, but you're in a good position to be able to get all the clarity and the things that you need to be able to receive. This is a beautiful reading. So make sure you're asking the universe to keep you clear, body, mind, spirit, and assist you with releasing those people and those situations and those scenarios that are not supporting your day-to-day growth. Okay. And make sure you're paying attention to your health. All right. I do believe I've gone through all 12 of the zodiacs here on this new moon for Friday, the 5th of July, 2024. Again, the Kazemi energy that we have with the moon and the sun in Cancer, in a very nurturing position, paying attention to our resources from all aspects is going to be the big highlight that shows up, obviously with the different contributions that I've provided here. Saturn in Pisces is actually going to give us a break on this day. So the Pisces energy connected in here it's going to be a beautiful day. It's going to help you transition to the next thing that you need to be able to do in a very soft way, because Venus is also there putting some agreements with what Saturn's got going on. And so it's going to be a very powerful new moon. So I really, really hope that you get everything that it is that you need, everything that is that you want and desire, and may you continue to find the beauty in all things. And if you need personal support from me, do all the clicky thingies and all the different locations, and it'll take you right to the website, and you can book a personal reading, you can book astrology, you can do tarot, you can do a combination of a couple of different things. You'll see all the services and things that I offer, their classes and other things that are there to support you. Many blessings, my friends. I hope you guys have a great holiday, and we will see you soon. Bye.